If y'all like me, I did well at the beginning of getting rest, and then I discovered I had days off, so I'm up all night watching TV because I knew I didn't have to get up in the morning. So this morning I'm dragging. I watched the bowl games last night.
Yeah.
I still don't know how, but they pulled it out. Look at congratulations, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
That was wonderful. Got some introductions. Miss Pounds, I'd like to welcome Miss Katie Pounds to the staff. She's our new English teacher. So y'all welcome Miss Pounds. And Miss Norris.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, thank you. I shouldn't even be here, and I wouldn't be here without your prayers. When I was in Dublin, I had a really bad staph infection, and they just couldn't get it under control. And they pretty much gave up on me, and that's when they shipped me to Macon, and they contacted the CDC and got me an antibiotic regimen to fight off the staph. I'm very fortunate to have my leg, because that's where the staph started, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. And my department, I can't say enough. Thank y'all for all that y'all done. And I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings come down. And that's the truth. We're so happy to have you back with us, Ms. Norris. I know that thing was, we were all in just so didn't know. And it's so good to see you back.
My mother wouldn't let me die in peace.
That's true. Just real quick, because I know we got some meetings. Some people have some meetings to get to. We have the agenda, and I know there are some things that need to be clarified. Ms. Ingram waiting on a phone call now to clarify that. So we'll go over that after this. First thing we're gonna do is just go over our midterm. We're gonna go ahead and have our midterm conference for our TKES and leaks. I think last night I was up watching the ball game, and I was looking at the platform. I had looked at that whole thing yesterday, and I think some of us are still not clear on our professional learning goals and what it means to us. Because when I looked in there, a lot of us hadn't even put them in there. And it's 20% of your evaluation. Last year, Dr. Hinton just kind of said, well, everybody, so if she checked off on everybody, this year's not going to happen. And again, this is, remember the PLU, you used to have to get 10 PLUs, you don't have to do that anymore. But as far as the Professional Learning Commission is concerned, this is what takes that place. So if you don't do your professional learning goals, or professional learning plan, whichever category you fall up under, then it goes to PSC and you don't get your certification. And some of us are not taking this thing serious. And at the end of the year, doing our summative, I can't just check the block if you have not done it. Y'all remember us talking about this? Everybody's head should be going yes. But when I looked at the thing, we're not doing it. So we're gonna look at this thing again. Yeah, I know. We're gonna look at this thing again, and that way at the end of the year, you're not looking across the table from me.
As a reminder, the professional learning goal or plan falls under the TKES evaluation system of professional growth, and it's 20% of your overall TKES score. Not only do we have to write a goal for TKES beginning July 1, 2017, we also have to write it for the PSC. So anyone who has to renew their certificate in 2018 and beyond, this will be part of the PSC requirements. So when we go to submit your application for your certificate renewal, we'll also have to submit evidence where you have made progress on a professional learning goal. Some of you will be on a professional learning plan.
Now, as we go through this, if you have any questions, just yell it out and I'll stop and answer, okay?
If you are an induction level educator, 0 to 3 years experience, a non-renewable certificate, in a new position, you're new to Georgia, you're returning to the profession after absence, or if you previously received a level 1 or 2 on a previous TEKS score, you will be on a professional learning plan. Everyone else will be on a professional learning goal.
All right, any questions on that? Professional plan goal. Okay, good.
Now, whether you're writing a goal or a plan, you're still going to have to look at data sources to come up with your goal or plan. You can look at student learning data. This could be previous test scores on the Georgia milestones. You might want to look at the growth of your students on the reading inventory or the math inventory, but some data source. And you can also look at your previous performance evaluations. Maybe there was a certain TAP standard, you got a level 1 or 2, but you would like to improve to a 3 or 4. So you may write your goal around that standard. Or some of you will have to write school-wide goals, and it's going to be off your school improvement plans. So it's up to the individual principal of the schools whether or not each teacher can write an individual goal, or if they're going to have a school-wide goal when everybody in the building works on the same goal.
Now, we have individual, we don't have school-wide, so you all pick your own individual learning goals.
So again, that is a principal's decision, and you'll find out from your principals whether or not you're writing an individual goal or if they're going to have you work on a school-wide goal. Regardless if you're writing an individual goal or if you're working on a school-wide goal, this is the template that every educator in the district will use when writing their goal.
This is, when you open up your thing, you have to put this in. I think I only saw last night, I can remember off of having Ms. Brooker having this in there, and can't remember, but most of us do not have. This is the template. This must be in there. You put your name, and then you fill in whatever your goal is where the underlying parts are. So when you do this, this is what needs to be in there. Most of us.
Dr. Gray.
Ma'am?
At one point, we had submitted a Google form with this on it, but this also needs to be transferred over to the TKES page.
Absolutely.
I just wanted clarification on that.
That's a good question. If you've done this on, and that might be why I didn't see it. You submitted it in Google form, but it also needs to be in the TKES platform as well. Okay?
And you can copy and paste it from Google into TKES. So you
Right.
don't have to like retype all that.
Right. And so if you have it in the Google, how many of us have it in, maybe that's why I didn't see it. I was in a panic last night. How many of us have this in the Google form? We still in trouble. All right, okay.
Dr. Gray,
Ma'am?
so even if we have it in there, we need to go back and put it in this template in there, because I don't have it in that template.
Has to be in this template.
In that template.
And as this go on, you'll see why.
And
But if y'all,
I think what happened was we watched this little video and had to sign off on watching this video, but we didn't actively watch this video. We just kind of watched it, and then we turned in our TKES goal by the time you said to turn it in, but we didn't make the connection between the fact that we were making a TKES goal and it was going to look like this.
right.
And then after that, she sent us something, Ingram sent us something saying, it has to look like that, you
Right.
take out the blank, you know.
Right.
And I think we were supposed to go back and change it,
Right.
but maybe we didn't realize. And at that same time, we got the Google form, so maybe we thought doing the Google form
Right.
fixed.
But it's still just a minority, y'all, that did that. So it has to be in the T. That's why they clear this up, y'all. This is big. We don't need to wait until the summative to be talking about we didn't know this, okay? So it has to be this, it has to be in that form. And the rest of the video kind of clear it up. Should clear up any questions that you'll have.
It is a SMART goal. If you'll notice in this example, it's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's relevant, and it's time specific. So everything that is in bold or underlined can be changed to meet the needs of your goal. This is just an example. So again, when you go to write your goal, everything that's bold and underlined, you would change the information to meet your goal. So in the template, we will say, from August the 7th, 2017, to May 1, 2018. Insert your name. A Washington County public school teacher will improve his or her knowledge, daily practice, and use of. In this example, this is the goal. Technology to differentiate instruction by viewing a webinar video, weekly planning using skills from webinar video, observing a peer who uses skills connected to the goal, and coaching support from instructional facilitators and/or evaluators, as measured by the observation and documentation of the expected level of performance for the related TAPS performance standards. The TAPS performance standards related to the goal are Standard 1, Professional Knowledge, Standard 2, Lesson Planning, and Standard 4, Differentiated Instruction. After you write your goal, you have to decide which TAPS standards it applies to. It may only apply to one TAPS standard, or it may apply to multiple TAPS standards, but you do have to list those. Now we have to keep documentation and artifacts on our goals. Not only do we have to have it for TKES, but we're also going to have to have it for the PSC. So teachers will maintain a monthly action and evidence chart documenting their progress toward achieving their goals. And I'll show you an example of the chart we're going to use on the next slide. Evaluators will monitor each teacher's action and evidence chart. The completed signed charts will be uploaded in May 2018 to the platform. So I will need everybody to upload it to the platform. One, so your principals can look at it for you too, but two, when we go to submit your application to the PSC for your certificate renewal, we'll also have to submit evidence to the PSC as well. Now, if you are a social worker, a media specialist, a counselor, when you go to write your professional learning goals, you'll use the standards or the criteria from your evaluation tool. You're not under TKES, so you're just writing a goal for the PSC documentation only. The same with Parapros. You're not under TKES, but you still have to write a professional learning goal or plan because you are certified through PSC. Now, paraprofessionals, when you write your
Ms. Pinkston in here?
goals, we're only going to tie your goals to standards 1 and 9 of TAPS. We know you're not evaluated with TAPS, so we're going to use those standards for the wording of your goals. All goals for everyone are going to be placed in the TLE platform. So Karen Wright is going to have everybody that's certified through PSC uploaded into the platform. So once she's done with that, we'll go into the platform and help you write your goals. Meet with you on teacher and service days and help you upload artifacts and find artifacts and stuff for your goal. Here is what the action and evidence chart will look.
All right, so we got two things going here. You put in your TKES plan for your evaluation. You upload it in Google Forms for the PSC. Okay, so I think we were just doing one. So we got two things going here. This is the evidence chart that you're gonna have to put what you've done, well, you should be putting what you've done each month. All right, and then she'll tell you what to do.
Where is that chart? Is that chart something we have access to, or is that chart something y'all use to evaluate us?
No.
It's in, a lot of people were emailing me last night saying you can't get in Google Classroom. If you can't get in Google Classroom, you're gonna have to get your email and everything, because guys, every single thing that Ms. Gilbert and them are posting is in Google Classroom. So if you're blocked out or you can't get in, then you're just right now just screwed, because that's where everything is going. So you're gonna have to go in, get in Google Classroom. That's where we've been putting the faculty meetings the last 3 months. Go in, get in Google Classroom, look at, you will have 2 professional learnings, you will have Ms. Gilbert's page, and you will have our school page. Everything that we are posting, because the board has to see it as well, is going in our Google Classroom, okay? So go into Ms. Gilbert's professional learning,
page, scroll all the way down to the bottom at the beginning of the year, and you'll see this post from Ms. Vickers.
So we
And the
take
video's on there.
that chart and upload it into our documents on TKES? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No.
TKES has its own
Okay.
upload
Their own
capability.
templates.
I just
are
need
in
to be
there.
filling out
Yeah.
on that chart what I'm doing on my TKES.
Right.
Okay.
What you're doing on your professional learning goal, each month, you need to put on this chart here. At the end of the year, and I'm a little bit ahead of the video, you're gonna upload this to the platform. When it's time to renew certificate, this is what the board is gonna look at for time to renew. What I'm gonna look at is I'll just pull up your TKES professional learning goal, and your stuff is already, you
Well, and
just
that's where I've
upload
been
it.
putting those things, and I save them as the month so that you can see that there's one for each month.
Right.
I haven't added, done
Then all you gotta do is go in and put it on this chart right here. All right. Now, everybody should be Google. Now, whether you're using your Google Classroom is one thing, but everybody has access to Google Classroom. This is nothing new. We've been doing Google Classroom for forever. Now, whether you're not going to it or not, you know, that's kind of on you. But all of this is when you miss faculty meetings, like you were told is to be uploaded. All you gotta do is watch the meeting. You got a little form there that was created. You just click I watched it, and then that's how we keep up with who watched meetings and who have not. So you're updated on everything that's going on. Any more questions about this form here?
So we only need one entry for November, December, is that correct? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, because it's a half of, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
And we do one for August, or we don't do one for August? I know that says you do one for August, but I thought,
ma'am. I think we started in September.
that's what I'm thinking, okay.
Okay.
Look like, basically, it's got every month, you're gonna write down what you do for that month and any documentation or evidence that you upload. And then if you want to leave comments, or if your evaluator wants to leave comments. At the bottom of this form, this will be at the end of the school year. You will sign and date, and your evaluator will sign and date. So again, this form's gonna serve two purposes: documentation for TKES, documentation for the PSC. Now, this slide applies to TKES
Dr. Gray,
only if you're under TKES. But
Go ahead.
back on that chart, for every month, there doesn't have to be something in each one of those.
That's correct.
But there should be at least an action. But you don't have to necessarily upload, like, documentation,
then if you want,
evidence.
So which one are you talking about?
One, in each one of those, okay. So
All right, like for example, this could be attended, if it's one of those classes that Miss that Jennifer had. You know, attended class only, if your thing is technology. Okay, document evidence is your sign-in sheet. Do you have comments? You may or may not have comments. I may or may not have comments. It was a great class, or I learned a lot, or whatever you want to comment, but you know, it just depends on what your goal.
But you have to have both. He's asking if you can have an action
without
or
documentation.
documentation.
Can you have action without documentation, or we have?
No. Yeah. Action is I attended the class, or I watched the, you know, if you're doing the flip module, you know, watch flip module on whatever in September. And the document is you'll have a certificate. You know, if you did the flip module, they'll give you a certificate or something that you can put here, and you may or may not have comments right there.
You have to have the first two.
Yes.
So we are actually uploading the evidence. We're not just putting what the evidence is. We have to upload the evidence.
No. What you're doing is, yeah, you're uploading evidence. If y'all remember on TKES, you click upload, you got the evidence copied, all you do is put it in there. That same evidence is what you put in here. The same evidence is what you put in Google. And we did this all last year. Same evidence is what we put in Google.
But we're just describing the action, we're not actually uploading the form.
What you upload.
You upload it.
Yeah, you gotta have, when they pull this, they gotta have evidence that you did.
But you're uploading to TKES for TKES purposes, and
Right.
you're typing in that form
For local.
for people.